Catus Maximus here, this time with a review of the Black & Decker WildCat grinders. Since these are basically, or almost the exact same tool, I'm doing both grinders in one, the 4075 and the 4076. Yep, I had that right. This is type 3, this is type 5. You can see a difference in the handle change. I think the older handle is a little, there we go, is a little better. It's a little more profiled. These are the infamous WildCat grinders. These are known as some of the best or most durable electric grinders made. I don't know if Black & Decker or would be DeWalt still sells these or not. Makita and a few other manufacturers make grinders that are real similar to these. Of course, the Milwaukees and Metabos and all those are really great too. But these were really famous for just being, you know, the grinders that set the standard through the 70s and 80s, etc. They're just super heavy duty. They use these special line borings, so they have highly aligned bearings. You can see the flange here. This is my index finger. It's, you know, 3/8 of an inch thick. These are just excellent. They're 15 amps. This one's at 5,000 RPM. This one's at 6,000 RPM. That's the difference. It's kind of funny. They're both rated at 7 or 9 inch angle sanders. I mean, and just depending on how you order them, they'd say you sander or grinder on them. Really, the 6,000 RPM is optimized for 7 inch, and then this one does have the 7 inch guard. These things are really heavy. They're like 15 pounds. This has a Cubitron wheel on it. And this is actually in not bad shape. This one is, even though it looks pretty dirty, I've actually seen these that have worked on shipyards. And they've been drug across the concrete so much that this whole top part's been worn smooth. And I mean, it's just crazy that they still run and like the body's getting ground down. The front guard, even though it's pretty thick, is all beat up. This one was obviously a lucky purchase, and this is what a really nice one looks like. I'll give you a closer look. The guard is bolted on, so it's not easy to rotate, but it holds on very securely, and you can actually use the guard to brace against your material and actually get some very aggressive cutting action. It has a nicely guarded spindle lock, so you're not accidentally hitting it. Of course, the spindle lock's all metal. You can rotate the head in any of 4 positions, so if you're doing primarily cutting operations, you can rotate the head 90 degrees. This does say WildCat on this one. One thing I was going to show you, which is kind of funny, I think Black & Decker took the naming tools about as far as you can get, because I think the WildCats are one of the only tools that they did this on. See, they silk screen this. It kind of looks like a tiger, a cartoonish tiger on the front of the grinder on this Type 5 4076. So anyway, that's one of the reasons they're called WildCats, and they of course have the WildCat label. These are very heavy grinders. You're not going to use these for overhead work or horizontal work, unless you're doing like downwards cutting operations or something. But these are just known for just lasting forever and having a ton of power, practically able to stand on them and just not have to worry about it. The tool just always works. We'll show you the power cord here. It is extremely thick on these. Once again, my index finger. It's almost as big around with a huge heavy duty plug. We'll give each of these a run so you can hear, and hopefully I don't blow a circuit breaker. Here we go. We'll give the 9 inch a quick run here. Here, let's go ahead and get this off the table. Alright, here we go. Always wear eye shields when working with grinders, obviously. And one lesser known fact is that any new grinding wheel, you're supposed to mount and then hold the grinder in like a trash bin and run it for like a minute. If you have a defective wheel and it blows up, it's one of the most serious power tool incidents. It literally is a grinding wheel exploding. So you're always supposed to run in like a trash can your grinding wheels. just to make sure that you don't have a defect and it's not going to blow up on you. But you can hear how smooth this one is. They have a huge amount of power. We'll give the 7-inch a quick run. The other thing I forgot to mention, obviously, is the size of the gearbox on this. It has huge gears. They're some of the largest I've seen. On this 6,000 RPM, it's like an inch diameter output gear on the motor by like 5/8 of an inch thick or something. I mean, it's huge. These are meant to have just have a high amount of surface area on those gears to really, really last. So this is the 6,000 RPM 7-inch one. It has a few more hours of runtime. So you can see the way these torque over. That 15 amp motor is no joke on these. Under full load, they can easily draw, I know, a lot of power, over 2 kilowatts. They're notorious for burning up extension cords are pretty much 12 gauge only, or 10 gauge on longer lengths. Other than that, these are the infamous WildCats. This body style is very unique. So if you ever see one, even if it's so beat up that you can't see the labels, as long as it runs, you'll be amazed. These things are made to last hundreds and hundreds of hours of continuous use. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Catus Maximus out.